Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting installment of Jaraci Cup 14. This is between Cookies and VoidWarrior, Galzian versus Conef. Gonna be a lot of fun. And let's check our delightfully set up info.txt that he has sent us. Actually, this is kind of a weird format, but... yeah, it looks like Cookies has the pick first. Oh, I see, he's just shortened the name to VC and V. Anyway, Cookies has the pick first, and then VoidWarrior is going to grab Conef, and GT Alt is going to be our map, so... Galzian territories, we've talked about it before. Whoa, I burped. That was weird. This is a very short rush distance map, so it's one that you can get aggressive on pretty early. And, not only that, but the long distance mining is, like, the base is very, very close to the main. And so it's quite effective to, mine long distance here compared to other maps. So, you know, as a result, we're probably going to see some early aggro from Cookies. And he's been playing Galzian recently. This is very interesting. If he's in the chat, I'd love to hear, like, his reasoning, but... you know, normally we've seen him playing Conef and so on. Galzian's not too different, but it is a little bit different. I think that Conef is really good for early game aggro, actually, but... here he's going to play Galzian instead. And VoidWarrior picks up Conef. I think he's been playing that from the beginning, so no surprises there. Trim though, it's Sandskimmer Fab and Fleet Cap 45. I think that's actually probably good because he's going to be in danger pretty quickly here, I would imagine. It's actually going to be Assault Chips picked up. I like to build a couple of Sandskimmers anyway, though. This allows you to just see some vision on the map. You can see the map for VoidWarrior very, very dark here. Just for some variety, eh? I respect that. I feel the same way when I play Groupstage, especially. I like to just kind of change factions around and just like see what I can do. Yeah, VoidWarrior is trying to be very sneaky here, but it's dangerous to do this when the map is so dark, especially on a map that's so aggressive here. This is looking awful prickly, and you know, something bad could happen here. We do see a second PC on the way for him, but I don't think he's used Fleet Cap 45 yet. Like, I can't imagine he's actually passed that threshold, so... we'll see. And Cookies is going to set up those long-distance miners I was talking about. He's got 2 on CUs there. Well, he had 1, but another was popping out of the carrier just then, I happen to know. Here come the skims. I'm going to see this wreck isn't even open. So that's interesting. And they'll start shooting up these salvagers here. Another PC is finishing for VoidWarrior, but I do like that he's sticking to his guns. He's not going to bring this guy back. If you're gonna play something funny here, you have to make this counterattack work. So, I actually appreciate just leaving him here. It's gonna be like a sneak attack with the assault chips. But for now, power 1 might be in order, because this is a little bit dangerous. And yeah, that's true. I mean, Cookies is probably like, so where's your PC at? But he doesn't have tech yet. He's got Railgun Fab coming. This is pretty common to do, to delay the Railgun tech, because if your opponent had skims in the early game, you can't just... you know, show up without skims, you'll just die, and then the game's over, so... VoidWarrior, I guess, kind of abusing that fact to get away with a little bit of early game cheese here, as it were. I kind of hope this works, because this will be really interesting if it does. But yeah, Cookies has got to be scratching his head. Maybe he retired it, I don't know. Now that this PC is here, though, this is a valid target, so if I were VoidWarrior, I'd probably be building Assault Chips here instead of skims, but you might not have the money. And I think that a heavy railgun finished, now we've got an assault building. It's a pretty wide array of weapons here for Cookies to choose from. Does manage to kill a salvager too, but this one does have a replacement that can fill it. It's still not good to be dropping salvagers, but this is maybe not, you know, the worst thing in the world. But here come the assault chips, and this is what could change the... oh, he should really go in. You can't wait. I think that you need to get something done here. So I would like to see him move in with these. Because the pressure is going to be mounting on the main base really quickly here, and the game plan... oh wow, I love the spread here. He's really trying to find it. The game plan for Cookies has to be... or sorry, for VoidWarrior has to be to gut the eco and then say, okay, now I can win over time on this side. As long as you don't kill me too quickly. But there's the assault chips, they've been seen, so now it looks like VoidWarrior is going to pull the trigger. And you can see Cookies is responding, he's going back home. So you're getting what you wanted here, you're getting the pressure, actually. Ref mode's on the way, yeah. So you might actually end up in a situation where you have a pretty big eco lead because of this. I think that there are idle salves over here, so that should be looked at, but... Yeah, the railgun's a bit exposed. These 3 sandstorms are gonna kill a heavy railgun. This thing's expensive as heck, you know, so that's a good trade. Wow, yeah. I mean, he might not even lose anything. Well, okay, here come the skims, but he's gonna kill this assault railgun too. And the assault ships are reaching the base. Oh! Oh, look at that! He gets over the dune, gets away with like 25 HP. That's a little unfortunate, but still. You do need to be careful with this PC though. This could really fall, so there's some serious danger here. Second PC pops for cookies. The thing you gotta realize is that, like, because the railguns are here, these assault ships always have to be a little bit scarce. Because the sand skimmers are actually a real threat to it, but they're faster, so they should be able to just get away here. They're not faster than assault railguns though, so yeah, and there's actually 3 of those out here. So this might be a throwaway on the investment on this side, but I guess the real danger is losing this PC, but it's actually not envisioned. You might be able to get away if you just kind of run here. Ref mode is done. Oh, but these guys aren't mining. Oh no, they are. Okay. Phew. That would have been terrible. And Cookies has got ref mode started as well, but it's going to take a little bit to finish. Uh-oh, the PC got spotted, though. Oh, yeah, this is probably going to be a dead PC here. And that definitely changes the calculus a bit, doesn't it? Okay, well, let's take stock of, like, what happened. Hold up, maybe not. This PC isn't dead yet. Cookies really could kill this if you wanted to. I mean, it's almost like an F2 click type of moment. Ref mode finishes, by the way. But, yeah, that's what I mean to say, though. Right now we're on 2 base for Cookies, and VoidWarrior's been on 2 base for a while. If I was Discara, I would, like, end the replay and then check the money here. But this PC is gonna escape, which is really surprising, so if I'm VoidWarrior, I think I actually kind of feel pretty happy here. I got away with murder, as it were. He needs some kind of tech to deal with the railguns, though, and right now he's got the money for it. I'd love to see, like, Siege or Interceptors or something. Yeah, you end the replay so that you can check, like, how many CUs and RUs have been mined. Which is, it's very laborious, because then you have to, like, restart it and everything and get to the same timestamp, but Discara likes to do that when he's analyzing games. This is one of these things that DOK ought to have up on this tab here, but they just don't. VoidWarrior can use missiles here, perhaps, but it's going to be a little difficult. Assault Railgun's getting hit by skims, but this is where they want to be, actually. This is not going to go too well for him. Yeah, so he loses 2 out there. This guy's barely in vision. Ooh. Survives on 5 HP, but the skims can chase him down eventually if they want to. Okay, and it is going to be kind of Siege the choice here. I like that a lot. I think that's the way to go. You know, Assault Ship survives. Never mind. It's going to be spitting down in the end by this railgun here. When Extraction comes down, too. Yeah, it looks like it. Probably because of this V here, the height map for the calculation, like, has it as being almost flat in the middle or something. They tend to do that kind of thing. Plus the units aren't flat themselves, they have some particular height to them. Yeah, VoidWarrior's managed to net quite a lot of, like, eco advantage here in the early game, but his army just is not there. So this is really kind of a precarious position. I mean, you can see for Cookies that, like, from his vision, not knowing where things are, it's difficult to push in here. Like, if he knew exactly how ahead he was, I think he'd be playing this more aggressively, but that's just the reality of playing against Conf, especially with railguns. It's not easy to push in. We're gonna have Conf Siege in a moment here, I think. Right now he's building a salvager, though. He's definitely got the RU count, just has to save up a bit of CU and he can build one. To be fair, these assault railguns are not the best at killing the carrier either, but they can do it, you know, we've seen that before. Oh, he really needs to be building Con of Siege right now. You're not gonna hold this with just skims. Oh boy. Does choose to take the fight here though, but this is dangerous because the assault railguns are there. And they've got armor as well. Yeah, you're not even gonna kill one of these, I don't think. This is the way that assault railguns want to trade, right? Is that they get shots on you on the lead up and then with the skims brawling with yours, looks like he does get 1 kill at least, but you know, you're never gonna trade efficiently here. Oh, you really need Con of Siege. You've got the tech. Cancel this garbage. Oh no. That's not gonna help you. Oh dear. Cookies is on 3 base, by the way. I'd be surprised if he's not making some kind of tech choice. Yeah, he's got missile ship tech here, it looks like. But ooh, he's gonna bring a frontline production cruiser. Hey, that's kind of cool. I don't know if that's intentional because it looks like it's moving toward the It looks like it's moving toward where this carrier has his like rally point, but that'd be kind of interesting if it is. But this is a grand army here. This is looking very dangerous. You're not gonna hold this with just skims. He needs Con of Siege. Okay, there we go. It's finally queuing, but this could be finished by now. This could be the second Con of Siege that he's queuing here. He does have the upgrade lead on the skims, so he'll win this scuffle over here, especially if he targets the BR first, which is going to be popping the heal. Ooh, actually, maybe he'll lose this if he doesn't target the BR like that. Oh gosh. Ah, the upgrade lead doesn't mean too much in the face of base runner heal, which again is proving its worth of being much higher than people tend to esteem it. So that extraction's going to go out. And, you know, this is a couple of railguns. 10 railguns here. I mean, not all of them are heavies, but geez. That's actually a good thing, right? Because if skims are your main like opponent here, you're not gonna lose this to sand skimmers because there's so many assault railguns up here. Armor 2 is done as well. He'll have armor 3 eventually. Honor guard tech finishing, which is just kind of a no-brainer in this scenario. Yeah, they can. They can. And they can chunk Con of Siege too. I'll tell you what, especially with the armor break. So. Yeah, Houston agrees. This is dangerous. Nice missile, though. But, again, where's the follow-up? PC is already dead on the main, by the way. We could have a barrage, which maybe would kill some. Perhaps the direct fire even will get some kills. No, not quite. And VoidWarrior agrees that this is over. Oh, is that true? Did he fix that? Ah, good. I was wondering if that had been changed. Yeah, there was a bug earlier that Galcian and Conf railguns didn't do armor break against carriers, but I guess that's changed, so. Really curious early game to this, right? I mean, that was a strange opener, but yeah, VoidWarrior is gonna GG out here, and Cookies will take the first game. And we'll jump on to the next one. Are you saying it was a feature instead? Well, that's how bugs tend to be, yeah. So game 2, you can see VoidWarrior grabs Conf again, and Cookies takes Galcian, no difference there. Fire Krill. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's fire-based Krill. I had a very strange moment there where I became aware of, like, watching the game. That it's just, like, on a screen, you know what I mean? Like, when you're casting, this is just, like, the reality is the game, but it's, like, it's a screen, you know? I shouldn't wax philosophical, it doesn't go well. This is very strange. What's this base runner doing? Maybe he's like stuck on the terrain or something? This happens occasionally. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. Soon you will awaken. Yeah, exactly. Ref mode's coming out for Cookies, by the way. I like the idea here, but actually this is a little bit tragic because it's gonna let the PC get away. But the idea is to drop the scanner and say, okay, if we see the second base open, then I'm fine to just go ref mode and be greedy. And if I don't see it opened, then I know I'm being attacked. But the delay here is actually pretty meaningful. VoidWarrior is coming back though. When he sees the ping, I think he should not engage this because you don't want to give away, you don't want to show your hand here. But looks like he is going to move toward it. He's gonna see, okay, the wreck isn't open, so something's going on here. Here come the skims. The space runner will be forfeit. But it's given him some good vision, so I think that actually he will be just fine with this. And here you can get power 1 to defend, but I think you really need a tech, so yeah, he's gonna immediately go into Assault Ship Fab. And I would even pull one of these LDMs away and start mining RUs, because you can actually use them pretty well in this scenario. Base Runner Heal is used just to buy some time, I always like to see that. But it will go down. And now the question is, what is VoidWarrior's tech going to be? But right now he actually has 2 PC, and then he's getting ref mode. Ah, this is an interesting way to play this. So you're kind of trying to, like, make your opponent overreact to the attack, and then go back and get a bunch of eco. But the problem is that this scanner, which he doesn't know about, to be fair, but this will kind of ruin things, because his opponent will know about what's happening, just about when it does. Either way, he needs to put a bit of pressure on, so he has managed to make these 2 salvagers vacate the second base. But about at this point, I think he wants to be bringing this PC back because he has ref mode, right? And it's going to be done in like 20 seconds, so... Actually going to find himself under fire from these sand skimmers, though. He'll have to build a couple units to defend here, I think. The positioning looks a little bit awkward. Nah, it looks like he's going to back away here. He's not interested in running into the PC. So yeah, we have salvagers being built, ref mode is done. Maybe he wants to mine from his third, yeah, that's a power move, man. But yeah, if VoidWarrior, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. If you go right back on the 3 base right now, you will be ahead of your opponent, so... He's gained the advantage, but he's not really using it, which is a little bit awkward here. Perhaps he wants to leave 1 PC in the front line to do, like, the attack, but he's behind tech, so you're never going to be able to get away with that. Plus he has raiding going on. So, yeah, I don't like this. Again, that scanner sees everything. If you're VoidWarrior here, you should be like, okay, my opponent knows, so I shouldn't play this funny, I'll just go back and take my advantage. It's real. He's got a real advantage here if he wants it, but he has to take it, and he's not right now. His PC is a little too far away, by the way. But he does have tech coming, which is going to be railguns. That's good. That's what you need to fight the assault ships here. Nice trade with the skims. We'll lose 1 on the back end of these assault ships. No, actually, he gets away with 5 HP. Ah, one of them does die. Railgun fab done now. And I actually like to build heavies in this scenario, but it's a little tough. The problem is just that assault railguns do outrange assault ships, but not by much. So if you miss micro at all, you can end up losing. So when your opponent already has a lot of them and you have the skims, I really think heavy railguns are better. That's what he's going to build. You can keep him far away and just position well. The only threat is getting jumped on, which does happen sometimes, but it's a little bit harder to do because the range disadvantage is bigger. Cookie's building his next PC, by the way, so he will be on 3 base before too long. And yeah, assault ships on the high ground, they're a little bit annoying, but they can't reach the salvagers, it seems, and this heavy railgun will ward them off. Now things get a little bit tough because, like, getting these guys off the high ground is a bit difficult with heavy railguns, which have to outrange, but if you get them up on this dune here, they can usually shoot these guys off the top, so it should be alright. It's kind of getting baited a little bit over here, though. Like, Cookies doesn't know, but I think if he just kind of ran down this heavy railgun with his assault ships, he'd kill it, which is not ideal. But not gonna happen. There's a couple more railguns coming out here. This is not gonna be interceptors for Cookies. He goes straight to siege. Oh yeah, he's actually gonna try for it here. Oh, and this dune is being very helpful. Uh-oh. Yeah, heavy railgun falls, and the second one is going to spawn in duress here. If Cookies realizes, yeah, you can just kill this thing instantly. Ah, that's not good. Armor 1 is done for these guys. They aren't particularly tanky, but they're tanky enough. They've already traded efficiently. Now look what they can do. They'll probably be able to fight off these skims, although it may take a while. Another heavy railgun pops, so that might change things. So, oh, 2 more, actually. So yeah, Cookies is actually going to have to back away here, but still... He gets everything he wanted. Again, he's on 3 base, so actually now it's him who has the eco advantage right now. This is the fake kill of Firebase Krill, so you can get shot through it, of course. And that is gonna net Possibly some kills. No, he gets away. Look at this guy on 20 HP. Nice. But yeah, Siege Cruiser Fab is done, so we're gonna see those in just a moment, I'm sure. And that does wonders for fighting railguns, which are very expensive and fairly fragile. You know, that's a bad combo if you're getting hit by AoE attacks. We do have Honor Guard Fab coming out for VoidWarrior. Actually, I really don't think he needs this here. What he needs, I guess, really is just scouting information, but that's hard to come by when your opponent owns the map, so... You know, he's making tech choices, I don't mind that, but it's hard to know what you really need here. These salvagers here are going to be, unfortunately, distracted by this PC moving. One thing that's helpful here is to turn off the resource controller for a moment. They'll go back to the carrier and then you can turn it on again. But I do like VoidWarrior setting up his 3 base. And you're right, HDC is a good unit just generally, so I mean, it's maybe not a bad idea. I couldn't get the armor break on this assault ship here, so this is actually going to be quite a few kills maybe. Oh, nice. Oh, you never filled out the main? Oh, it still has 1 RU miner. Oh, I see. Actually, I was advocating you put one of the LDM guys onto that right at the beginning, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't notice that. You know what's funny is that like it says it right here, but it's like we never notice this. I never look up there and see how many RU miners I've got. But if you check here, it tells you exactly. It's like you can just know. Nah, the A-game thing would be if he had the RU miner built, but he was over here. Just chilling on the extraction zone. What an anomalous thing, man. I still don't understand. I never will. The A-game exploit, yeah. You got Interceptor Fab on the queue, by the way, for cookies. Actually, I'm not even sure if he really needs it here. But sometimes people get massive value out of air, so I don't think it's a bad thing to invest into. Especially, you know, there are railguns. We know that that's pretty powerful. And maybe your opponent thinks you can go air here to try and stave off, like, the inevitable siege play. Like, you could use bombers. Interceptors will shut that down better than missile ships could. But I wouldn't like to see bombers here. Actually, I don't think that would be good because you've already got the siege cruisers to do that job. So, spot of the air for spotting. Ah, a true disciple of Descara, right? That's what he always does. Quite a lot of skims here for cookies, by the way. VoidWarrior has the raiding tech, but actually he just as I say it, he wants to start going into damage here. I really like railgun armor being teched because, well, VoidWarrior doesn't actually know about siege yet, but eventually he will know. And having armor is really nice for just making your units a bit more survivable. Kind of unfortunate that this barrage gets used here on the eco because it would be great to use against the railguns here, but look at this, the auto fire actually is already doing quite a lot of damage. You really have to keep moving these things constantly when you're against siege, which makes it kind of an awkward micro battle. Extraction goes out, by the way, so Cookie's gonna be happy with that. Worth noting that EMP is done. So you really have to be worried for this Honor Guard if it ever gets EMP'd, or maybe if he lands a good one onto the railgun blob, although EMP has quite a small AoE. Yeah, here comes one now. And it's gonna hit everything. Like, what the heck is this? That was a strangely good EMP shot. He doesn't barrage afterward, which is quite sad. He has this ability ready, but... Yeah, gonna use the barrage now, and these guys still haven't moved, so... Wow, what an EMP! Look how long they're stunned! No, he just isn't moving them, but, still, that was bizarrely good for her first shot. And here come the air units. We don't have HGC AA, so there's no defense here. Unfortunately, they're going to target skins first, but they actually do a lot of damage, bizarrely enough. Now they hit the railguns, the second volley kills both of the heavies. Oh man. Just the whole map is just getting wiped here. This HGC I expect will survive. But, man, that's pretty good value actually from these air units. We do have missile ships now, so that's nice. Now is where you could consider going bombers, but I still think that just stacking up siege cruisers is going to be better. I think he had the assault ships to cover. Normally when you hit sand skimmers with interceptors, they don't really do much damage, but that happened to be a very good hit, so. And the interceptor is going to launch again here. One thing that would be really great is to have the range upgrade. We already saw the siege cruiser kind of having to maneuver to try and hit things, so. You can see, for example, here how bad they are against sand skimmers. But he saw the missile ships with this launch, so he knows about them. There's actually a vulnerability over here, potentially, but... yeah, the interceptors do have to make themselves a little bit scarce. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot, Bob. Nice shot. Interceptor's gonna find a window to attack here, but they are gonna take some losses for it. You can see one of them goes down already. We don't have radar guided here, but we do have honor guard anti-air teching. Yeah, good tech, right? He's got 2 of them. Honor guard anti-air is really beefy, if you didn't know, so a little bit less so than previous versions of Jaraci, but still, it's pretty. It doesn't take any prisoners. I'll put it that way. And Cookie's gonna tech into railguns as his late game answer here. But really, I think that he could do this without them. Like, he just needs a lot of siege cruisers. I think that's what he's missing, really, is just stacking these things up. He does have the range upgrade teching now. He's built the second one, so that's pretty nice to see. Honor guard looking to get a shot. He does. That manages to kill 2 assault ships. That's pretty nice. He's almost at Vet 1, which will give him, you know, plus 3% range. Anyway. Double barrage on the eco here. Actually, I'm not always a huge fan of this move. It seems like you really want to get these siege cruisers to where the railguns are and barrage there. Because you can see, it just doesn't really kill the salvagers. You need a lot of barrages to really make that work, so... wait, does it not work, really? The 100 meters to weapon range? Oh no. Ah, DOK. Spectacular. That'd be funny if it wasn't so sad. A lot of skims being built up here. Still though, you know, you've got assault ships. You're not gonna die to these sand skimmers. So. Oh, the weapon names are wrong. Oh no. This is the one where it's like targeting the missile pods or something, right? Oh no, you can't do this. March of the Penguins. He wants to get on the siege cruiser, but oh no, that's a lot of AOE. Now the siege cruisers are a little bit, like, wounded, but there's just never going to be any follow-up, right? Oh, no. Interceptors want to see what they can do here, but you really can't run in there, because there's a lot of anti-air, so... you won't be able to get that out. Indeed, even if precision bombers are teched, you're not going to be able to... you're not going to be able to pick up any kills here, because there's just so much anti-air. Yeah, VoidWarrior's not happy with that one. But you're right, it's a combat PC. We don't really see this very much in 1v1. This is like a 3v3 strat if you didn't know. Like, you keep it with the honor guards and they just can never get hit. But it's true, the interceptor spotting is pretty good. But yeah, you're never going to be able to tech bombers here. A couple skims trying to make a run by onto the main bases, it seems. That's risky though, because eventually Cookies may realize that he can just kind of win the game on this flank. I kind of take it back, by the way. Maybe railguns are the answer here, because these honor guards are not really going to die to siege, and they answer the assault ship push pretty nicely. And Cookie's actually teching missile ship fab. That's quite interesting. I don't think he needs that, but yeah, I can't imagine what that really is supposed to do for him. I'll be careful about this. This is actually going to hit, and it'll do some real damage here, but the thing is, once he knows that the skims are over there, I think that he just pushes in onto this side. Oh, does he have the... oh, yeah, this is Artifact 4. I didn't realize about that either. This poor heavy railgun, he's like, what am I supposed to do? Oh my god, wait a minute, all the assault ships just died, what the heck? I don't really see what happened there, but... and you can build assault ships in duress here, which is kind of handy, but you know, that's the Galzian advantage, but it's very difficult for them to get anything done. They do actually have armor 3, which makes them very tanky, but they just don't do the damage quite fast enough, and a PC is going to fall here, so... VoidWarrior with the Hail Mary on the skims, he actually manages to get some serious value out of it. Siege is still being annoying, though. That's what it does best. Looks like this will get cleaned up eventually. Would have been nice if VoidWarrior could like pull these guys out, but they're never going to be terribly effective on the front line because the assault ships just sharking around, so... And now these two missile ships look a little bit funny. Interceptors are not going to be able to kill him, of course, but they'll see him. So he will, I'm sure, take that out. Missile ships are very, very slow, right? So you can't get away. Oh. And he gets tagged by a missile. Honor Guard hit lands on the Omega point here, which is pretty nice. Oh, if they can get another shot off, they can. That's actually going to get some kills. Missile lands too. Okay. VoidWarrior's fighting back here now. I mean, to be fair, like, this is 3 Honor Guards. That's actually quite a lot of combat power. I think that what Houston was pointing out with the artifacts being on 4 like this, that may be the catalyst that makes something happen here, because VoidWarrior can't sit back. This will be the game-winning artifact if it can be extracted. But his army is kind of winning in the field right now, so he's actually pushing out. Wow, this could be interesting. This could be really interesting. Barrage is going to be fired now onto the Honor Guards here. Oh, and they're taking a lot of damage. You actually can't ignore this. Oh! Uh-oh! One of the Honor Guards goes down. Heavy Railgun is at 2 health as well. That's not very much. High ground Honor Guards, though, they're going to kill these siege cruisers. Just one more shot. Yeah, it will go down, actually. I think it filled to a Conif carrier missile. High ground Honor Guard is still hitting these railguns. This is actually a winning fight for VoidWarrior. Jeez. This backstab is going to be annoying. These missile ships actually managed to escape, by the way. I can't believe it. But there are some railguns here, so there's potential to deflect this. We need to see barrage from missile ships right now, I think. That would be really big. But he's actually won control of the field here, which is insane. Like I thought he was very, very far behind before. The backstab worked. The frontline attack worked. And I think what he could use right now really is just more Honor Guards. One unit combo that's... Oh, it's actually not mining our use here. One unit combo that's always proven really effective is Honor Guard and Conif Siege, but it's hard to get because not only you have to tech really wide, but obviously you've only got one production line, so... I think just stacking up Honor Guards is pretty wise here. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant like 3v3 game forming, as in like that was the status of this game that I'm casting. No, I'm gonna be casting until we exhaust all of the games in the pool. So no 3v3 for me. I'm dedicated to my craft. Skims here on the flank, by the way, gonna force this PC off of the base. And you can see again, Interceptor's gonna try to hit them, but they don't really do too much damage here. Salvager actually falls. I still prefer like forcing your opponent off and then keeping the skims alive. I think is usually more valuable, but he is gonna at least get some damage here. This is a very, very powered carrier, though. You have to be aware. So this thing actually is pretty defensive on its own right. It's fast too. Now, I'm no expert, but shouldn't... Oh, yeah, right, the carrier systems upgrades gives you 1 speed. Okay. I was like, the numbers don't add up here, it should be 75 speed, but yeah, he has power 4s. But, you know, it's VoidWarrior who's flomping the missiles in here. He has reset his eco, by the way, so... he's good to go there. Barrage is going to be used here, but it doesn't really land on any high-value targets. Problem for VoidWarrior is that this carrier is actually really low. Like, he's got an extra chip of power, and he has for some time. He could have healed this thing up by now, but... Honor Guards need to be careful, though. This is actually not where they want to be. Same with the Railguns. Oh, the positioning of the dunes here is quite favorable for this carrier, which is able to get up on top of these units. Carrier's taking a lot of damage, though, but these Assault Chips are hitting in for AoE damage as well as the carrier. Oh no, the Honor Guards could really go down here. Oh boy, you gotta keep this guy safe. Ah, it's running through the Assault Chips now. I aren't targeting it yet, but once they do, this is gonna evaporate. It's actually taking a lot longer to kill than I thought, but it will go down. Oh no. That really changes everything. Because again, these Honor Guards take so long to build. VoidWarrior does, he just finished Power 4. The Power 5 is teching for cookies, and then we're gonna have the missile barrage. Speaking of barrage, you really could use this here. Ah, could have maybe killed all of these railguns actually. Power being put into the speed here, which is good for VoidWarrior. He really needs to get out of here, but I think his days are numbered. I don't think he can escape here. EMP even from a siege cruiser landing on the missile ship, and the carrier will fall. Ah, that's really too bad. VoidWarrior was like in a position to win there, I think. Man, he's come a long way from Jaraci Cup 11, I think it was, when he first showed up. Yeah, he really almost won this. And game 1 didn't really go his way, but I liked what he was trying. It was a very inventive kind of build. That was exciting. I enjoyed this. As I pause to take a sip on my drink. Well, hopefully you two, or you two, there's more than 2 people watching, I hope. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. And we'll move on to the next one.